Hi,
Hi,
Abby.
hello. Happy Monday morning.
Yeah, my goodness. Mondays just keep coming and coming,
They
don't they?
do. They do.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about turning 80 in the new year, which I realize we're not there yet, but we're scheduling that year a
We
lot
are.
right now. So I think about it and just thinking about how do we make each new Monday morning count,
I love that.
each
Yeah.
new week be the best week it's ever been, the best one we've ever had in our whole lives, right? Wouldn't that be fun? And I was thinking about it because we're working a lot right now in our team with what does it mean to make space. We have this lovely person on our team who's talking about having hung out in a healing space that was all lavender
Oh, I love
and
that.
called the lavender room, right? And and just the sense of can we create lavender rooms in our own lives, rooms where it smells like lavender, it's all purple, everything in there is healing, and all the people who come in are healing, and all the energies are healing, and everything is in a rhythm of nourishment and restoration and health, right?
Beautiful.
And this whole business of the soul, in order to do its job for us, needs space, desperately needs space. How do we make space for the soul, And one really big way, which we talk about a lot, is meditation, even if it's a walking meditation in the forest or 10 minutes of dropping into your own breath and just being quiet with yourself. Or it
Yeah.
doesn't mean you have to sit for hours a day, although you can if you like to. I do. I like to sit, but that isn't it, right? It is about pausing and letting the light and the love of the universe in, pausing and making space for you, what it is you're needing, what it is you're wanting right now. And then where could you make a contribution? That really feels good. That makes space for your soul big time. Where in your community could you plug in and make a difference for the people in your community? It's a very, very important question right now
Yes,
on the
yes, it
earth for
is.
sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just Abby and I've been thinking about our jobs running this nonprofit. Just our time is full all the time. So it's not like we could say, okay, now we're done, we can take a whole day to just rest, or now everything's finished. So and it doesn't like that. The list,
Yeah.
something goes off the list, something goes on the list. And I think that's true for most of us.
Yeah.
And so we have to consciously have the discipline of making space a practice, space for us, for our soul's journey. For the soul will actually illuminate your whole body. It will illuminate your whole energy field if we just give it the space. And it's right here, it's in the heart, right? Once we come to the heart, then we can open up space. The egoic head space, the cranial brain, it's not going to make space. Thank God it keeps us going, and thank God it drives us to some level of contribution and some level of accountability, right? But that's not space, and they're both important. So I thought we would do a thing today. I think the basis of this came from Ruth Sapora, who was a beautiful action theater woman who wrote a book called Action Theater, I think. I might not be remembering that exactly right, but close. And amazing, amazing woman who brought lots of ideas of how fun and joy and play and tuning into the physical body, the physicality, can create space. It's just different than I have to connect to spirit, to universe, to the bigger story. That's important too, but this is on that physical level. So this is based on an exercise. I don't think she would maybe own the way I do it, but it's from her, the basic impetus. So let's do a walking, breathing, making space thing together today. So you actually create space in your own being, physical body, yeah? All right, Abby's going to do this with you. And I'm going to turn a little bit of music on in the background, and I hope that it is helpful and not distracting. Seem to have lost it here. I know where it might be. Sorry. Well, why don't we go ahead and get started, and we'll see if we can get this where it needs to be as we're going. We had it up, didn't we, Abby?
We did.
So just begin walking in your space and following your own energy just for a moment, your own body, which means that you're just present with your physical story. So if you're not walking, you're imagining you're walking. If you're in a wheelchair, you can move your wheelchair gently through the space. If you're resting, you can imagine yourself walking in a meadow, anything, but just walking gently through the space and focusing on your bones, your skeleton. Just play with the idea that you're just a set of bones with fluids around them moving in the space. So just bones. Begin to imagine all those bones floating apart. So you're going to release any stress in those joints, those connecting points of those bones, letting the light pour into those spaces, soothing and lubricating your bones with fluids and light and energy. So your body actually is taking up more space in the room as those bones float apart. Let the bones in your fingers float apart. The bones in your toes float apart. Yeah, there's a lot of joints there. Let the bones in your skull begin to, the plates of your brain that begin to open up. The jaw bones float so your head is twice the size. Feel your head swelling to twice its size as you open up space for the brain, for the fluids, for those bones, right? Yeah. And like focus on your spine and let the vertebrae just float apart. So you're twice as tall right away. You're just whoosh right up into the sky. Your head goes as those vertebrae separate out. And there's all kinds of room for the light and the fluids to bathe those vertebrae. Soften around all of that. Soften your jaw, soften your belly. Let your breath be easy. Your arms are going to get longer and longer and longer as the elbows float apart, the joints in there, the wrists open up and float apart. So everything is just expanding into the space, light as a feather. Always coming back to soften. We're not trying, we're just allowing this separation, allowing this space, floating apart with ease and gentleness, softening, softening, softening. Let your pelvis be like a floating bowl. So your legs are just floating loose out of this easy floating pelvis. Your spine is floating up and the Pelvis is loose and easy. The head is bobbing comfortably around on top of that spine. Everything is just easy and loose. I love the sense of bobbing, right? The sort of bobbing freedom. And as you release your legs, feel the space between the hip joint and the top of your leg. Yeah, notice how Abby's kind of touching that place. That helps you get in touch with it, yeah? Opening up the space. So even if you're laying down, you can do this very easily. So, yeah, you're just letting the whole leg open, all down the leg, into the ankle. Any place you feel a tight spot, starting in the leg, that's where we are. Open up space for the light to come in. Release and soften there and let the fluids flow. Let the ankle bones float apart so you can barely stand up. You're like a rag doll. The light is coming in, your whole being is soft, you're floating free as if you just were a leaf being wafted by the wind. And let yourself, as your toes open up and your feet get huge, so you have an enormous base that you're moving on. Fill your feet with light. Feel your feet with that sense of open energy. And then just take a few moments and move around in the space, feeling the light release movement in your feet and in your ankles as they provide an easy, open, moving space for your whole body. Yeah. So you're just suspended from these beautiful gossamer threads from the heavens that are just floating you around safely in space. You're like ash or leaves just blowing freely through the space. You can move down your arms and elbows and spine and up in the back of your head and down through your pelvis, just letting all the little bones and all the big bones soften and move and rest. Rest into space, lots of space, no stress, no tension. The hand floats far away from the wrist. The knuckles open up and separate from your fingertips. Everything's softening. And just take a few moments and move in the space, allowing all of these release parts to breathe and dance and play with each other. So these big open feet play with the openness in the brain, and the brain plays with the belly, and the belly plays with the elbow, and the back plays with the face, and everything is just molecules moving freely in space. Those plates in the head that have opened up make room. The brain is stretching into that space you created, releasing and floating around inside that seeming matter of the head, though it's really not matter, it's really energy, it's really vibration. And you might even, if you feel it in a quieter space, let the light rush in behind your eyes and around your ears and the joints in your jaw, so that space opens there. And just take the softened, released, hugely spacious, open body out into the space. And in your mind or in your body, let yourself move. Feel the power and the strength that lies in softness, that lies in release, that lies in space. The power that comes with space. As you begin to move a little more, see the spaces between you and others in the room or others in your mind. Maybe it's others in the universe, people that you want to notice. How much space am I creating between myself and my mother, between myself and my friend, between myself and the immigrants, between myself and the people that ICE are incarcerating, between myself and the war, between myself and my children, between myself and my spouse, myself and my best friends. Noticing as you're moving and playing, how much space am I creating? Space for them to be who they are, space for me to be who I am, right? Space for everything to be as it is, as I live into my open, flowing, vibrant, healthy soul's journey. I can bring space to others and then look back and just create space again in your own body, moving and playing and feeling the sense of spaciousness. And looping it in and out. So I send space, I send softness, I send love beyond me. I loop softness and space and love to myself. And just let your body do whatever it wants right now from this easy place. Let the light being that you are dance with you. Dance with the universe, dance into the universe. Feel that open space in your chest and let it become a lake of light. So feel that lake of light shining all through your body and out across the land. So taking a few moments as we close this journey to let that lake of light fill your whole being, illuminate your whole soul's journey, and then let some of that radiate out to others, across the mountains, into the oceans, over the land, or maybe right around in your own home. up all your energy. Bring it all back home to your body and slowly find your way back into the room you're in. However you're in that room, come back, but taking your time to bring that sense of spaciousness with you. And even as you're closing and finding a pause to breathe and integrate all of this you just did, sigh and let your hands come to your heart and just let a little wisdom float up. What's a way you could create more spaciousness in your own life? A little guidance from the heart. It'll be little, quick. It won't be a long, egoistic journey. It'll just be, I just wonder what the heart wants me to do right now to create space so that I can have this soft, illuminated light to radiate out to the earth. Taking your time to ground again, land, feel your feet on the earth. Feel your easy, gentle breath. Notice your hands on your heart, just coming home. Thank you. Thank you, Abby.
Thank you.
So that was Jesse Bono's beautiful music. He calls it Fluid Journey.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, I think it feels very fluidy. For
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
So yeah, I think sometimes when I ask the question, how do I create space, I think of physical space. Well, I need to take a break or take a rest or go for a walk. And that's all true of me always.
Yeah.
But another way to look at it is, how do I just pause and drop into my heart and do our 6-word meditation, right? Yeah. Soften my body, bring my breath into my heart, right? And let my sense of gratitude fill up my whole energy. That creates space, right? Or maybe I just sit down for a moment and listen to my breath, listen to my body, and just be quiet, you know? There's so many different ways, you know? A cup of tea can create space sometimes, right? So, what about you, Abby? What came up for you?
Oh, what came up for me was, I feel so open right now. And what came up was staying open to my internal landscape. Just as much as I stay open to out here.
Wow.
So that felt really good. Just a reminder to stay open inside to myself.
Yeah, that's so big. That is so big. I mean, essentially you just said what the underpinning of this whole thing is about. That as we open up spaciousness for ourselves, now we're in that internal landscape. Now we're living from internal wisdom instead of living to approve or be loved or get attention or achieve or be seen as doing something good or any of that stuff. It's all good too. That's all that achievement story, right? Yeah. But what happens if we come to that place of all the motivation is from that internal place? And then if it's from here, what happens is magical.
Absolute magic.
It just manifests.
It's absolute, It just radiates out.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a good example of that. maybe you can think of one too, but not but.
Yeah.
And in my own life, I know I just went through it. You can all probably see some surgery on my face, and it just, it wasn't what I wanted at all. And I was really externalizing. How am I going to look to people? And it's more of me not being able to get my work done that I need to get done, and the whole thing of even, should I even be doing this, or should I just let it grow? All these weird externalized conditioned stories. And as soon as I came home to this whole energy of space for me, there were no questions to even answer. It was wild. It just, the whole stress story evaporated, and my body started to heal itself.
Beautiful.
Because it had the space to heal, which before all the energy was going out there. When I brought that energy home, I started to feel better, get well, be able to eat food again, all those things, right? So it is sort of magical, and it won't have much cognitive content. The heart answers with 2 words. The heart answers with energy. The heart answers quickly and easily. It doesn't, if it's going into a long answer, you're back in the head.
Yeah.
So you breathe back down again and listen to the heart, right? And that's where everything we want lives. Everything we want for our lives, for our families, for our friends, for the earth, everything. That's where the guidance comes from. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. What popped into my head was when I first was going through my divorce, I had made this space for myself to do a lot of art. I was painting a lot, I was crafting, making things, and I just was very intentional about making space to do that. And I remember one day I was painting, and I think it was like a Tuesday morning or something, and my mom called me. And it was so sweet because she was like, "You're painting on a Tuesday morning?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." Like, absolutely I am. And it was beautiful because I think a week later, maybe, she called me again, like on a random Wednesday afternoon, let's say, and she was crafting, and she wanted to show me what she was crafting. And I love it because it was just a reminder to me that when I carve space for myself and take care of myself in that way, it just naturally radiates out. And,
yeah, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Yeah, I love that. You're painting on a Tuesday morning?
It's like, absolutely.
It's like, no, the rules are we can only paint on Saturday, or we can only watch movies at night, or, all these. You can only read your book before you go to sleep at night. Yeah,
exactly.
I know, we have a lot of rules. The trick is we made them up, so we can make up some new ones.
Absolutely. That's right.
All right. Well, thank you all.
Yeah.
We love you. We'll see you in a month. Please send us comments. We love when we hear from you so much. So take care. Keep navigating this whole story with love for you and love for others, right?
Yes. And also, if you're not on our newsletter, I would definitely sign up. We have an exciting fall ahead, so you can hear all those details from our newsletter.
Yeah, lots of activities. So you go to TT Wheel, T as in Tom, Wheel of a car, right? At AOL.com. You probably already all know this, but go there and sign up. We have a big celebration coming up that you're all invited to. We have a book coming out. We have
lots of programming about to happen.
And we can use help always and volunteers with the kids. So, that's great, Abby. Thanks for remembering that. All right. Take care, everybody. Love you.